Welcome back to the restaurant show, and it's the holiday season.
Yes, it is.
And I'm joined now by Susan Portz from Upland Hills Health. She's a registered dietitian nutritionist there. Welcome back, Susan.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
You always bring such great healthy options, I might add. And as we're heading into the holiday season here, it looks like we've got some holiday cookies here. Tell us a little bit about what we're going to be making today.
Yeah, so what I'm going to make today is a lightened sugar cookie. So we're using something different besides just regular sugar.
Okay.
So the first part is kind of just to mix the wet ingredients together. So I already have the butter here, which is softened, and then we're just going to add an egg.
Okay.
And then this is kind of, so you could add milk, but if you add sour cream, it will actually make the cookie softer.
Okay. Sour cream makes the cookie softer.
Yeah, so you could use low-fat sour cream.
Okay.
So give that a try if you're trying to make it a little softer. So all we're gonna do then is kind of just mix these wet ingredients together. And I already have the flour and baking soda in there.
Okay, so flour and baking soda is right here then.
Yep.
Got it.
Yes.
So we're using something called Truvia today.
Yes.
Talk to us a little bit about what Truvia is and what is the difference? What are the nutritional differences between that and sugar?
So Truvia has a baking blend, and what it is stevia, which is a sugar substitute, which comes from a plant, and then it's mixed with sugar. So there is a little bit of sugar, but because they use the stevia, you need about half the amount.
Oh, okay.
And it's about 75% less in the calories.
Wow.
So makes quite a difference.
And we'll find out in a moment if the flavors are the same, right?
Yes, yes, definitely. All right, so once you kind of have that mixed up, you can go ahead and add, this is the Truvia that we have here, which is, again, the mix of the sugar and the stevia.
So you're adding that to your dry ingredients.
Yep, add that to the dry ingredients, and then we're gonna go ahead and add the wet ingredients in. Okay. And if you have like an electric mixer at home, that would make the consistency a little bit better.
More consistent?
Yes, more consistent. So once you kind of add it all in, all you have to do then is just go ahead and mix it up.
And these are just your basic sugar cookies then, but we're using Truvia instead of sugar then?
Yep, so they're sugar cookies. They just have a lot less calories than your regular sugar cookies.
So when you say you use 75% less, does that mean that if a recipe calls for a cup of sugar, let's say, that you only have to use a quarter cup of Truvia?
Yeah, so, well, it's actually 50%. So,
so it just has less in general, but you still physically use less than you would sugar.
Yes, you would. So if it called for a cup of sugar, we would just use a half a cup.
Got it, half a cup of Truvia.
But it would have 75% less of the calories than regular.
So we've got our electric mixer out here, and we're gonna start mixing it together with the electric.
Yep.
I've always found that this is, what's nice about the KitchenAid mixers is that you can just walk away, set it, and forget it.
Yes.
This takes a little bit more work, it's a little bit more hands-on, but
it's
coming together pretty nicely.
Yeah. So once you kind of have your dough ready to go, then the next thing you'll want to do is just leave it in the refrigerator for about a half an hour.
Okay.
You could actually leave it for longer than that if you wanted to wait. But leaving it in there for half an hour will kind of help make your cookies turn out a little bit better.
All right.
So that's kind of the next thing you want to do. And once you have it in that fridge for half an hour, then you can pull it out and you can start working with it to make your cutout cookies.
Okay, so these are cutout cookies that you made here.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Right. So then you can kind of just roll it out like regular cookie dough and do your cutout cookies.
All right. And then frosting, you can make some frosting too to go with it.
Yep. And you can use the Truvia.
Decorate.
Yes, you can use the Truvia for that too.
Oh, really? Okay.
For the frosting.
Interesting.
So they have a lot of good recipes on their website to try out.
Very cool, very cool. And then you're also going to be showing us cranberry orange muffins. That's the next thing that we're making here. So what do we got to do for that?
So what we have to do for that, so I have flour, and then I actually used regular sugar in this recipe. Sure. And then the baking soda and baking powder. And then what we're going to do is just add the wet ingredients to it. So this is orange juice.
Okay, just plain old orange juice.
Yep.
Okay.
And then an egg.
All right.
And then instead of using like a quarter of a cup of like vegetable oil or canola oil, we're using applesauce.
Oh, okay.
So this is a great substitution that you can use in a lot of different recipes for baking, and it helps kind of cut the calories and
Interesting, interesting. Now, is it just regular applesauce, or is it flavored or seasoned or anything like that?
This is just regular unsweetened applesauce.
Okay.
And you just kind of mix it just like you would if you used the oil.
Okay, that seems pretty easy enough. And then is this another instance where you can use electric mixer or stir it with your fork?
Yeah, this batter will mix a little bit better than the sugar cookies tend to thicken up a little bit more than the muffins will.
And you're using fresh cranberries too, I see. I mean, is it possible to use frozen cranberries or anything like that?
Yes, you definitely could use frozen. And if you didn't even want to use that, you could also use like craisins or something like that.
That's easy enough.
So once you kind of have the batter ready, then the last step is to just add the cranberries into it.
Wow, that's a lot of cranberries.
Yeah.
And they all get mixed in there. So it's hard for me to believe, it's hard to even tell that there's cranberries inside this muffin. But if you can't see any in the outside, that's because they're just packed on the inside.
Yes, they are.
So they'll bake up in there real nicely.
Yeah, they will. They'll kind of cook down a little bit like they would if you were going to cook them.
Sure.
Stove,
Got it. Do you have any of these recipes on the Upland Hills website or anything like that, or any similar things that people could look for if they wanted to find healthy alternatives?
Yes, if you go to the Upland Hills Health website, then you'll find the link to the Nutrition Made Simple blog.
Okay.
And that's where we put all of our recipes that we like to share with the patients and anybody else that's interested. So that's a great place.
Sure. Well, Susan Portz from Upland Hills Health, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank
Always
you.
a pleasure.
Thanks
Always
for having
learn a lot.
us.
Don't go away. There is more Restaurant Show coming up after the break. Stick around.